As I said, this is a much improved match over the duel they had. And there's another shot, drops down a single leg. And this is, if I had the ability, I would show you the first takedown, and it's essentially the same. He dropped down to a double after he got the single, and he hasn't done it yet, but I would expect that he would drop. Yep, same move, same exact move, and that's what you have to know. You got to know what's coming, all right? If you don't know it, you got to learn how to know it. If you don't learn how to know it, you got to be told it from the corner. All right? So, looking for an outside stand. He gets to his feet. And don't forget this height. There, the legs go back in. This is a repeat of the first period, of a second period, and this is the sort of thing that's going to happen time and time again. Same moves, same time. And that's the end of the second period. Third period, it's going to be red choice. Red chooses down. And Foligno's down. Wyndham looking to his corner. He's going to let him get up. All right, so he's going to give him a point. Scores 3-1. And the reason being that Wyndham has taken down Foligno twice. He doesn't have to waste time and on the top, so he's going to just give him one to get two. And what do we say? We say it's going to be a drop-down single and convert to a double. There's a drop-down single. He's going to come around. He's going to lift it up. He should drop it up. He doesn't even have to go to that, and he gets his takedown anyway. So that plan worked out beautifully. Okay? Score 6-2. 6-1, rather. No, 2, 4, 6, 7-1. 3 takedowns, and he's going to give him another escape. It's now 7-2. And at this point, you're a wrestler. You're wrestling a tough guy, a guy who beat you earlier in the year. He's taking you down a few times. He's letting you up so he can take you down. And so this is something that you either do, and there's another takedown, and then another escape. And, you're either going to go after him or you're going to try to prevent him from doing any more damage. You're going to lose, but you got to make the correction. Okay, freshman against a senior. Foligno doing a great job. He's going to get taken down again on this one. And, even though it was slow to begin with, the pace picked up. This is opposite of what the heavies do. They usually slow down a lot of, and then another release to get two. And there's the leg again. Now, this is just a matter of maturity and mat time. Both of these guys have wrestled a long time. But, making that transition from youth to high school, big transition. Youth, you wrestle 1 to 2 years above you, and that's about it. High school, you come in as a 9th grader, maybe 14 years old, you wrestle a senior, perhaps 19 years old, and that's a lot of man there compared to the boy. And sometimes you just have to know that and just improve. You got short time out on the clock, on the mat, and this is just a matter of the match winding down. Both wrestlers know what's going on, and there's no stopping it. That's the match. It's a great match, a great effort by Foligno, and next year you can expect more of the same. Up now, Mr. Petrolini. He's 126, wrestling against Platt. Here we are on mat 3. And a little warm-up taking place here before they go out on the mat. And the ref's here. And they're off. Petrolini's done a fireman's later in the year. He's doing a good job. Works off a tie-up. Single leg. Fireman's. Comes in, reaches, and he's going to work up. And there's the fireman's. He's out of bounds, keeping his legs in, but they go out of bounds. No points. Come back to the center. Beating match. We're in consolation rounds. Here's a leg. He's got to drive. Got to keep driving. Steps in. He stands up, though, and gets the leg. Petrolini's got a crossface, step behind, lace that leg. and get his 2. And there's his 2 right there. Nice job. Get your points. Worry about the rest of the match later. Here's some possible tilt points. And he's going to count 1. Oh, no points. Counter once, and then once again. A lot of coaches get confused. It's easy too. That's a 1 minute period. They go to the second flip of the coin. Red chooses red defers to green. Green will choose down. Scores 2-0, and Petrolina's on top. And now, I guess they're just exercising here. So Foligno on top. I'm sorry, Petrolini on top, and Platt looking for wrist control. Looking for an inside stand. Petrolini, look, he's going to get points right there. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to get 3 right there. He's got to drive into him. Keep driving. He's got to get that far shoulder down. I think he's going to do it by lifting up. And he pins him. You know, it's an interesting thing, these pins. Sometimes they come easy. Sometimes they don't come at all. But just keep driving. Good match.
Let's go, Josh.
Up now. Again, at 138, quick shot by Canton. Taken down. Stands up. Brought back down. And scores 2-0. There's going to be a tilt here. If he can get underneath it. Out of position for a tilt. And sometimes these, it seems like you pull the guy over, but it doesn't matter what his hips are doing as much as what his shoulders are doing. And so there's a truth to the body that you have to realize. And the truth is, the only thing that matters are the shoulders. And you can make him do everything you want, but if those shoulders don't get back down to 45 degrees or less, you get no points. Got to bar him on the right side. So going to tilt him. He's going to walk around the top. You got clock out on the mat. That means there's 10 seconds or less. And that's it. And this scores 2-0. And it's period 2. These are consolation matches, meaning you've lost already. You're going for best case scenario, 3rd place. Schwartz chooses down. Whistle. Looks for an outside stand. He's got both legs up in there. A lift by Canton, unable to do it. And the clock was not started, so they're going to start again. Little discussion, little instruction by the ref to Canton. And they're going to restart. Same thing, stand to a sit. He's got that arm. He's going to try to go from the right side, left side to the right side. And the legs go in. Immediate sit. You're going to go for the leg. And that's, again, what you have to do. If you're going to sit there and let the leg get in, you're at the mercy of the leg man, the top man. So you've got to do your best. Now, this guy's head out of position. And this is, again, okay, he made the correction. And he's got Schwartz in a pretty dire situation. Although he's going to come out of this because it's loose. These are almost, there's points right there. Nope, not quite. But here's the thing. Canton is out of position. They've got Schwartz down. His arms are all tied up, but Canton is not getting his points. He's using his energy, and he's out of position. He's going to have to thread that needle and come across the face. There's going to be 2 points. I'm sorry, there was never any change of position. Canton is still on top. He's got a bar arm, but he's out of position again. This is what I'm going to say is a sloppy match on both parts. You got a leg with an out-of-position Canton wrestler. He's got a half. Schwartz's head's down. He comes out the back door. That was like a bad delivery. All right, scores 4-0, and what I would consider to be a loosely fought match. This whole thing's got to be tightened up a bit. Looking for a switch. Schwartz driving in. Looking to hold on to those leg steps in with a Turk. Adjustment to the headgear. And trying to keep him in bounds. That leg's going to come out. So he's got to let go of that. And they go out of bounds. So, 4-0. And Kenton is in the center. Stand. Schwartz lets him stand, pulls him down, recovers. Short time on the mat. You see the table out. There's a Granby. We're seeing a lot more Granbys. I'd like to. Whoa, and that's just a head hanging over the top. You can't hang your head over the top. Simply said, you sit there, you're wrestling, you're behind the guy, and you drape your head over his shoulder. You know, you're going to get thrown around. And that's exactly what it happened with Schwartz just now. It's happened with Petrolini. It's happened with Foligno. It's happened with Duncan for sure. You can't let your head hang over in front of the guy. He's going to take it. Nobody wouldn't. Still, Schwartz on top. And action slowing down a little bit.
Come on, Josh.
Ref right there. Sometimes you don't see it, but they're urging the wrestlers to wrestle. They'll say wrestle or keep wrestling or some kind of words of wisdom. If I were a ref, see, there's that head. He reaches back. Okay. Gets him out of bounds. Okay. You know, you're looking at these guys, and there's one thing you have to say. These are two tired wrestlers. All right, because there's nothing virtuous about this particular match. And in a state tournament, you've got to work a little harder than this. Brought down to the mat that time. Still, bottom guy is able to stand. Top guy is able to return to the mat under control. Now, reaching back, there's a stand again and brings him down, and that is just going to be an easy reversal. And they go out of bounds. Okay. Red's still in the lead, Schwartz still in the lead as we come to the closing minute plus. Short sit, waiting to get something out of it. Oh, this isn't good. He's out of position. You can't do that. That's the same thing as you came out of position. And that was just an awful roll. Gets reversed, gets put right to your back. Schwartz has him in 3 different ways. It's just a matter of can he foul this up or can he make this finish? Takes a look at the clock. And again, I've said this before. If you're looking at the clock, you're not wrestling. And you've got coaches on the side. You've got timers on the side. And you've got the buzzer. Your job's to wrestle, and anything else you do is beside the point. Closing period, seconds, and he'll get 3 on that one, and that'll wrap that up. I'm sure they're both glad to be out of that. I know I am. Semifinals. 195. Schwartz, Northwestern against Lemley from Killingly. Lemley 31-2, number 2 seed here at the Class S. Schwartz number 4, 26-4 on the year. Drops down to a single. He's going to pick up that leg. This is uncharted territory. Schwartz not usually doing the leg. Steps in for a trip, able to recover. Lemley's able to stand right up. You want to bring this guy into the mat. You don't want to take this guy to the outside and then have him get out of bounds after you've already gotten that leg. Schwartz having a hard time struggling, gets his loses his footing. Lemley does, and 2 points on that takedown. Schwartz locks up that Western. Lemley looking for an outside stand. Schwartz holding on, looking to break down to the near side. He does tilt, but got the fingers. Lemley's got 2 of Schwartz's fingers, and he's looking to come out the back. Schwartz has that arm, which is another thing that you don't want to leave in front of the guy. Your head and your arm are not the things that you want to leave in front of your guy. And Lemley looking to capitalize. Schwartz rolls over, and he's getting his points right here. It's unorthodox, but Schwartz gets 3 on that one. And is Lemley going to reverse him? Schwartz has his head, and Schwartz is either going to get reversed or he's going to get back. As long as he holds on to that leg, he's going to be on top. I've got the score 5-0 at this point. He's got to pull that leg in. You got to drive. You see his knees aren't moving. Schwartz has to get those knees moving. You got two refs looking at what's going on. Stands up. He's going to circle around. He should keep circling. Cover his legs. He's got to pull down, grab that arm. And I think he's going to get out of this one safely. And he does. This is semifinals, Class S, 195. Schwartz up, 5-zip. And Lemley gets choice. Lemley defers. Schwartz chooses down. Second period, semifinals. And this is where Schwartz wants to be at this point. Lemley on top. Schwartz likes to do a roll. And don't look for an explosive stand. And Lemley's already out of position. He's way out in front. He's got Schwartz's arm, but I'll tell you what, you don't want to be out there in the semifinals. Lemley working that left arm coming underneath. Schwartz hoping that Lemley throws his right arm around his waist because he's going to roll that, that's for sure. Nothing yet. There's that right arm. It's right where Schwartz wants it to be. He's got his left arm on the left side. And he tries to do it. He's going to go to the right arm now. Tries to do that. This is his move of choice. He's got it too loose. Lemley not able to do anything, but Schwartz not able to do anything either. Lemley comes out to the side, has Schwartz down to the mat, and you got the ref right in the way. And Lemley, as you can see, is standing up. Schwartz could stand up because Lemley's standing up. And a reverse. Schwartz reverses and put it back on his back. Schwartz is right there. Can Lemley get out of this? Schwartz has him pretty deep. I don't see this going any other way. And he pins him. That is a shock. Schwartz 4 seed pins Lemley 2 seed here at the semis. I don't think anybody saw that coming. And he goes on to the finals. Up now in Concies, you've got Angelo Foligno at 106 again. Now here's the thing. Nice move. Goes for a single, drops him down. He's going to hold right onto that. He's going to look for back points if he can keep driving. You got to keep driving. There's some points. He's going to get 2 out of this anyway. They're going to jump out of bounds, and he's going to get 2 more. So that's 4-0 in the first 20 seconds of that match. Now here's the thing. You lose in championship bracket. You drop down to consolations, and the first period of a normal high school match is 2 minutes. There's 3 2-minute periods. In consolations, that first period changes to 1 minute. So in these consolation rounds, it's 1-2-2. So these may seem a little shorter, and that's because they are. The championship bracket remains at 3 2-minute periods. And so in the end of this first period, and Foligno gets out of position but quickly corrects it. I've got a score of perhaps 4-0 on that, maybe some back points, but in any respect, Foligno is up on top in this consolation round. Flip of the coin goes to Red. Red takes the bull by the horns, chooses down. And he, nice quick stand, looks for a switch, switches and puts him right to his back. And he's going to get points here because he's got that arm, and there's no doubt about it. He's got to get that leg out of there. Again, the bottom guy is holding the legs. Top guy doesn't want the legs. And again, this is scrappy. This is the lightweights, and he's going to get out. Throws him off the mat. Look at that. Small in stature, big in heart. That's Foligno in a tackle. That's retribution, and that's what happens. That's what this wrestling's all about. Keep it fair, keep it aggressive. Foligno up on points. Looking for a single leg or whatever comes his way. He does a duck under. And right now, he's winning. Headlock, reverse, and brought out of bounds. And they're both out of bounds, but If that was inbounds, that would have been a takedown, but that's not the case. Come back. And I think that the case here is Foligno is ahead, but I see a lot more aggression from. Okay, this could be it. Nope, falls off. Yeah, that's a takedown. But Foligno's got some issues with that cradle, and whether it's this particular match or a couple of matches ago where he falls off of it, you want to be in comfortable territory, and if you're having a problem with it, that's it right there. That's you duck your head, you get what you get, and it's rarely good. Foligno gets out of that one. Sweet. Petrolini up in Concies. Tough match, these guys. This is Killingly. Tough. Class S school was up at medium. They were up at M last year. Gets a single leg. Petrolini has that whizzer. No points. They go out of bounds. Nice scrap by Petrolini. So Killingly was up at M last year. There were 4 males, 4 boys short for M, so they dropped down to S's. And when you have a competitive team and you bounce from one class to another, you can see how it would affect you as an individual or as a team or as a class, that male enrollment, as it were, for wrestling. I guess he did get taken down. I didn't judge it that way. Nice Granby attempt on. It's really nice to see the Granby come back. This was a move that's been around for a long time, and moves come and go, and affected from college on down. But that was a nice attempt. Down 2-0. Petrolini on the bottom, looking to get some points. Another roll. He's got to get out of there. Okay, now he did a Granby, but he was unable to clear his legs, and that's the end of that period. You got to clear your legs. You got to tuck them underneath and make a